During the tour, all comments and suggestions are please warmly welcome. So in the whole of Africa, we have about 38 forts and castles, 32 in Ghana. This is how Ghana becomes the gateway to Africa. So that is why even when the Slave Act was passed by the British Parliament in 1st August 1833 to 34, Ghana also took that August to celebrate emancipation. So this is Fort Prinzensten, built by the Danish Norwegians in 1784. And most of the enslaved from this fort were shipped to the Caribbean countries: St. Thomas, St. Louis, St. Croix, St. John. In America, South Carolina, Florida, and North Carolina. So where we are standing, this is the female section of the fort, where they kept the female slaves. But initially, no ventilations were created. About 100 to 200 female slaves were kept in each of the cells. The slave defecate and suffocate, die due to dehydration. And when shipment is ready, the slaves were being counted and brought out here. After they were being sorted out, hot iron were being used to put the mark on the various parts of their body for easy identification. You know, in those days, too, they don't have birth certificate. In order to estimate their age, they look at the state of their teeth. So if you have the whole 32 teeth, you are being counted as a grown-up, below children. So sometimes 2-3 children will be equal to 1 adult, depending upon the commercial value. So as the Danish Norwegians live here for many years, even some of the words they had in their language or dialect were integrated into the airway dialect. Today we have what we call gaflo or gaffer, meaning fork. We have sakisi or sax, meaning scissors. We have kakalak or insect, meaning cockroaches. Okay, so Christianborg in Accra was also built by the same Danish. So we hear the guns say kakalika, kakalika. So we have safwi, meaning key. You hear the fantis and also safwa, and so all these are borrowed language. Though in those days it was a barter trade or barter system. So the Europeans were coming, they came with a gunpowder, they brought mirror, liquor, exchange with the slaves. So sometimes they used the gun to trick the slaves. For instance, if they are transporting slaves from Salaga, they work from morning to midday, and then the slave masters were tired. They need a midday rest, so they put the gun down. They will go and sleep. So the slave will be in chains and shackles watching the gun. They thought if they make any move, the gun will shoot by itself. So the same applied to spectacle. They will hang it. They thought the white man is having 4 eyes. If 2 is sleeping, 2 is watching. So I'll take you, don't have time, so let me. And sometimes those slaves were being sent upstairs for sexual abuses. Even some were raped in the process. So as a result of those abuses, children were born out of it. And those are the mulattoes or the Baratians. So we have the Jacobson, the Addison, the Peterson family. And after they finished bathing, the bathing water still remained here. In case they were thirsty, they drank from the same bathing water. And then you know all the forts and castles were mostly built close to the ocean. But Prinzensten was built about 3 to 4 miles away. Port of Harbor in Jamaica was also destroyed. It continued until 1980. That was the first time part of the fort was destroyed. To 1999, 2,000 years ago. So 2/3 of the whole fort was destroyed by the sea. So this is where your bus is, and the road you took somewhere here. So all these 2 rooms were the one at the top, where the government stood to look from the females. So we walk, we're somewhere here now. So all these. And this is the ceremonial story, the one of the Danish gun over there. This smoking pipe, they used to smoke the pipe. And this is the money that was used by our ancestors after the battle trade. So we the airways call it poetry. So if you are rich person, you call it poetry talk. Yeah. The accounts they always say here. So this is where the name Ghana City also derived its name from. So 300 of these was equivalent to 1 mil, so 500 to whale track capsized one of the enslaved sheep. That's coming from Adam to Keta. So as it reached Way, we have a town called Way. So this whale tried to capsize the ship. So there were some slaves on board who got the slave master to kill it, and they preserved the remains here. But sometimes in October and November each year, we do have the libraries coming. What was the reason behind? You know, during the winter season, especially during the slave era, slave masters never ship slaves. They need to wait until the season is over. But while the slaves were in here, their life were destroyed. So at night they were put on board the slave ship, took them to the high sea and drowned them there. So that is why up to today, when it's winter, the generation of those who trace the same route to come around to see whether they can get something. One of the powerful chief from Benin, by name Toby Kondo. So he was invited to this fort. When he was coming, he came driving through Spence and Crown. So they brought a slave ship. When he came and told the governor was there, unknown to him, they went there, they were drumming and dancing. Sometimes quite a tricky. They lifted the anchor and the ship was moving slowly. Before they realized, the ship fell away. So after he was taken away, the airways composed a war song, fight on his behalf. That's a Kondo, Yoko, Damon boy, that but he was me to Yoko, Damon. Commonest food they gave to the slaves along the coast is porridge or boiled pork. What we call in our local language is ambo. So, because of the suffering they went through here, even tried to use their fingernails to dab this way. They thought maybe they would have their way out of this place. But due to the thickness of the wall, they couldn't escape. So they put mercury, which is a poisonous liquid, in between the wall. Believing that some of our ancestors having these disappearing powers. If your power is not strong enough, you try, you go stuck. That's why when the ocean was destroying part of this fort, you could see human parts coming out in between the wall. But we have one powerful chief from Angola, the mercury and everything was able to disappear and save his life, but we they dug the ground before they got the shot. But if you look through, you see charcoal. So that means if you take your mind back before 17th century, even before the Europeans arrived to Africa, our ancestors were using charcoal for fire. Okay, so these yellowish bricks were brought on them. Anytime they took the slave, when the ship was coming back, they used it to ballast the ship. So where they brought it from, that's where the name of the fort comes from. Prinzensten means stone of the prince or home of the prince. So that's a very Prinzensten. So you see where the boats are in the ocean. They were housing schools. Maybe I'll tell you, Ola started from Keta here before moving to Group. Even Bishop Herman started from Keta. Yes. So the name Keta, when our ancestors were migrated, they were having